biggest thing in the last 12 to 18 months has been the rise of alternate and new payment methods. They've more or less spun out of the online approach to retailing, where customers have been on a laptop or a PC and they've been paying direct onto the website via various methods. So they have not necessarily been using their cards, but they've been linked up through third parties, and there are a number of suppliers who've been engaged in that process. That's now getting more and more prominence, I think, and that plethora of payment methodologies, going through eBay, through Square, and through 4 or 5 other different suppliers, I think has been the biggest change that I'm seeing in the way that retailers are having to deal with customers. I think the rise of new payment methods, which are not card-based, is going to start to have a real effect on the way in which retailers interact with their customers. The combination of a smartphone, these new technologies, and near-field communication means that retailers will have to adapt their settlement methods around these new paradigms. And the reason being is that the customer is the person in charge. We talk about channels, we talk about omni-channel, we talk about multi-channel. Actually, there's only one channel, that's customer. And the customer wants to pay that way, the retailer has to do it. It's not going to be easy. I think we'll see some standardization around some of these technologies, so that retailers don't have to deal in 15 different ways with 15 different payment suppliers. Apple have brought out the fingerprint ID on the smartphone and legitimised the beginnings of biometric recognition. That's going to take a little while to get off the ground in the UK, because if it's in the payments arena, there is already a very sophisticated payment technology around cards. A lot invested in cards, a lot invested by retailers and card acquirers in a whole process which is PCI compliant, which will take some time to break down. But it will, because the customer at the end of the day is going to be driving how this works. The customer will not want to have cards. Cards can be stolen quite easily. They can be cloned. It's not quite as secure as people would like to believe it is. So it will change, but there is a big vested interest, so it will take a long while. I think one of the biggest revenue drivers is going to be moving away from the smartphone. Biometrics, they've been legitimised there. Now we'll see them move out into other areas, and I'm thinking of ATMs in particular, where certainly in the Middle East, ATMs have biometric recognition, particularly the palm vein recognition. Also in countries like Turkey, we're seeing biometrics being used for entry into the social security system, so the whole country is going to be measured, and they will use that as their access. I think that explosion will take a little while to get off the ground, but that is where the next big wave of money is going to be spent, in moving biometric recognition out into other areas than the smartphone or the passport.